Hi there, John here. I wanted to make a quick video about something I learned from a friend of mine this week that has really changed my sort of level of ease. And his name is Kevin Horsley, and he's a grand master when it comes to memory. He's a global memory champion. I didn't know there was such a thing, but I did watch him do a talk a little while back where he memorized a whole bunch of numbers, and he teaches people about memory around the world. He was watching one of my recent videos online, and he reached out and said, look, do you want to have a quick chat? It seems like you're taking a little bit of strain. And I said, yeah, great. So I had a chat with him, and he shared something with me that just so calmed me. And so here it is. And before I tell you about it, I just want to let you know that we must become clear that the Maslow hierarchy of needs totally switched to become upside down because of COVID-19. So, in the Maslow hierarchy of needs, right on top is self-actualization, right at the bottom is physiological health, and then there's like all the layers all the way to the top. And we all know that when Maslow hierarchy of needs is challenged by something as big as COVID, it obviously starts to shift the priorities we have there. And I remember when I was in Dubai, if you've watched the videos, the minute it happened that I heard about COVID, the most important thing for me was, am I going to make this through? Am I going to make through this? Am I going to be healthy enough? Is my family going to be healthy enough to have enough money? So the Maslow hierarchy of needs just turned right upside down. So we must remember that our priorities have changed. So the idea of self-actualization is this sort of idea about long-term thinking, long-term realization of goals and intentions, and that's all good. But in times of uncertainty, it's kind of stifling because you can't tell past 2-3 months. They've done a survey of some of the top futurists in the world, and they reckon they can only really see 400 days into the future. And this is very different from a few years ago where we had 5-year and 10-year plans. So if we take all of this in consideration, we must realize that long-term goals are the real issue. The need for certainty in the long run is the problem. Our addiction to certainty is the problem. And so for me, the practice since speaking to Kevin, which was such an aha moment, was only focus on your daily goals. Don't worry about the long-term ones. Make sure your system is correct. Make sure you're getting exercise in, you're doing some mental work, some emotional work, you're connecting with people, you're eating well, and that's all you need to focus on. And I was like, wow, that is so simple and so profound, because I spoke to Ryan Sands. If you don't know who he is, he's a South African phenomenon when it comes to ultra running. And he was doing a charity run, and I ran in the race with him. It wasn't much of a race because I beat him, so it obviously wasn't a race. So he was chilled, and he was there because of the charity work that he does. And I asked him, I said, how do you get through like 80 or 100 Ks in these runs in the desert? And he said, I only worry about the next kilometer. And I was like, wow, okay, you only just worry about the next kilometer. And so when you bring your goals down to make them small, sharp, sort of size goals to achieve, you start to give yourself more pleasure, more congratulations for just achieving those. I got a gift from Karen Abedian, a wife of Iraj Abedian. Actually, they all bought me the gift, but of an orchid. And obviously the flowers have fallen off, and I've still got it in my home here. And this morning I woke up and I had a new leaf. No flowers, but a new leaf. And I thought, that's a win. I've got a new leaf. I just have to worry about today's goals. And so the last 2 days I've been practicing that. Did I get a workout in? Did I eat well? Did I connect with my family and my friends? Did I make sure that day's focus was achieved? And it was. And it's released me of this need to keep achieving these long-term self-actualization, Maslow hierarchy of needs goals. And it's really shifted my perspective around it. So if you're taking a little bit of strain, my suggestion is stop thinking long-term, systemize your days, think about those systems and only those, or just like a gig goal, like just the piece of goal that you need to achieve today. And so the sprint strategy system, or a sprint system, is kind of what I'm trying to word it or name it still, but kind of where it's at for me is a system of sprint goals or gig goals. And so just worry about today, and if your systems are right, eventually you will achieve what you need to achieve. But it's the long-term thinking that's got all of us feeling uncomfortable. And so systemize your days, and everything else kind of looks after itself. 19th of November, 7 p.m. South African time, Future Next. We're launching hybrid event. If you haven't registered yet, please register. It's going to be awesome. We've already got about 1,000 people registered. We have a huge LED screen. We have everybody up on the LED screen, plus 100 people in the audience here in Cape Town. Iraj and I are highly excited about it. The book is available everywhere now. Future Next, reimagining our world and conquering uncertainty. Ciao.